About to screw everything up.
Tobias Truvillion, Keri Hilson, Darrell Tank Babs. Lost, a 7 Deadly Sins story.
Yo, the scandal on this movie is scary. I got an advanced screening of Lust, the 7 Deadly Sins story. It's premiering tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Lifetime. I'm a Lifetime subscriber.
Yes, you are.
Come on, man. Executive produced by T.D. Jakes.
Woo!
Come on. T.D. Jakes got involved with it. So, you know, it's going to be real sin.
Take your ass to church, sin, immediately.
This is biblical. This is sin on a biblical level right here.
On a new level.
And where you watch it, man, it's just you can't take your eyes off of this movie. Because Keri Hilson is an actress, yo. She's an actor. Keri Hilson landed that role. She's the lead in it. And 4-time Grammy Award nominated singer, songwriter, record producer, actor, bodybuilder.
Oh.
Good friend of mine, man. The voice behind the Song of the Year. He plays the guy that every guy hates, man. That dude that comes up into your home, comes up into your chicken coop and steal your eggs before your very eyes. I mean, he plays it so well. I know he was scandalous in his former life. Please welcome Tank here, ladies and gentlemen. Tank!
Tank!
He's here, man.
Finally.
He's here, bro.
I am here. I'm not in no airport.
Come on.
I'm here to talk. I got time today.
Come on. You got time for the shits today, huh? Man.
Time, cuz. I got time. Oh,
Tank.
you know, hey, Sway.
Yes.
Sway, I'm a 9-time Grammy nominee. I actually won one time, but for R&B Album of the Year, they only give you a participation certificate, which I think is wrong. It's a disrespect to the R&B genre, and Grammys, we got to do better.
Wait a minute. You won a Grammy, and they gave you a certificate, not the cup? Not
Are
the
you crazy?
Cup?
What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, come on, man.
Who did the budget that year? The fuck?
Only because it's R&B Album of the Year.
That's disrespectful.
Because it's that award, the participants only get a certificate. The artist gets the trophy.
I don't even want to ask you why, because there's no explanation that I think is suffice.
Exactly. I won't even try to explain it. I won't try to go down a rabbit hole of R&B and black and white. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm going to just say it's wrong and it's got to be corrected.
Wow, Tank. Had no idea.
Yo, Tank, I want to talk about this movie before we get into this song, Can't Let It Show, because Can't Let It Show could apply to everything. It even apply to this movie, I think, man. That's just your joint right there, man. But, Tank, your acting chops, brother, salute to get that man a round of applause. You seem so natural on that big screen, man. I know you done stuff before, but this role is, it's a meaty role, so to no, I ain't gonna use that adjective. It's a
wow.
I'm not gonna use that adjective. Hey, listen, Tracy, when you watch the movie, Tank may have his shirt on maybe 20% of the time at the most.
That works.
Come on, man.
Motivation.
It's a movie called Lust, and they called me. They didn't call me to keep my shirt on. They didn't call me.
There it
is. You know what I mean? Like, that was part of me getting the role, me securing it. Tank, will you take your shirt off? Absolutely.
Wow,
man. That's
Just
all I've been
just,
trying to say.
You have HB.
It's crazy because it's like I keep getting called to play these villains, and I'm like the nicest guy in the world, but it's like, I get to tap into that reservoir of not being able to act the way I want to act sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like not being able to haul off and punch somebody in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like really tell somebody how I feel, you know what I'm saying, in the comments or whatever. Like, I have a stockpile of energy, you know what I'm saying, of that kind of energy that I've never been able to use. So when I get into these movies and get into these roles, I got a whole bunch to draw from.
Yeah, man, you played that villain. Like, he played the role so well. I'll just give you a quick synopsis. I'm not going to tell you everything, and I'm definitely not going to tell you the ending, but I will tell you that Keri Hilson, she killed her role. Tobias, how you say his last name, Tank? Tobias Trevelyan killed his role. Tank killed the role so well that Tank, man, we about to do cheat day. That's when people call up. If they cheated, they get it off their chest. And we're going to play the song, and you could give them some advice. But Tank, you played that role way too well, man. Did you pull from your own personal resources from your past? No. I've never been that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always, growing up, followed the code. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had all of my teachings were from OGs. You know what I'm saying? As a growing up as a kid, from my great grandfather to my uncle Bernard, who was the pimp. You know what I'm saying? To all my street guys, the gangster disciples, all 2-3 houses down. I always got old school information. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this and don't do this, and you'll be safe out here. So I was never ever that guy that I played in the movie. So you never had an affair with a woman or a girl who had a boyfriend or a man?
Not knowingly.
Okay.
Yeah. Now if we in the middle, if we're in the middle of this transaction and the phone starts to ring, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, who's that? So I think that's my boyfriend. Okay, well, he might have to wait till we finish. There's probably been that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, voicemail.
But we were already in. It's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? We have to finish. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my OCD. My OCD, it works weird. I have to finish.
Not the OCD.
Come on, man. Y'all get on. Hey, I gotta bow out of that one, boy. That boy.
Yo, Tank, what's up? This is Heather. How you doing? I was thinking about you last night because I was watching some old episodes of The Real Husbands of Hollywood, and I was thinking to myself, like, every time you've come into the studio, you've always been able to tell mad funny stories. Even now, not being in the studio, you always had this very quick wit and sense of humor. Have you ever thought about, or you've been approached to do comedic television, like maybe sitcoms and different things like that, or you just kind of lean more towards film?
No, they just hadn't asked me yet, and I think the idea that I've been doing stand up for the last couple of years is it's new to people. You know what I mean? And people don't really know that I'm funny or that I'm foolish until they actually are around me. Like, if they leave it up to my pictures, you know what I'm saying, it's just oil and chest. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really get, he's funny.
I'm dead. Oil and chest.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now that people are starting to discover it, you know what I'm saying, it's an easier conversation when they say, oh, let's try Tank for it. And like, dang.
Right.
Now it's not that. Now it's like, oh yeah, let's take a shot. So it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's just been people's perception of me hasn't involved, you know what I mean, anything
Got
from
it.
so to speak.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tank, off the strength of this movie, which has to do with one of the sins, lust, and clearly we see you have that under control. You can't say that for other people, but for you have that under control. So I'm curious if you can share, which of the 7 deadly sins are you most seduced by? Is it anger? Is it sloth? Is it pride? We're human, so one of them always gets us. Which one is it for you?
It's lust. It's absolutely
it is.
Lust. The fact that I'm in this movie is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, lust, yes. I mean, imagine, I sell this for a living. You know what I'm saying? I package this up. Anything in terms of sexuality and attraction, and you know what I'm saying, and like all the lust, all of it, anything that's wrapped into it. You know what I'm saying? I have a song about it. I have multiple songs about it. I get on stage and I exude it, and they exude it back. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be careful of how much, you know what I'm saying, I allow to be exuded around and on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's scary. That's hard to think of that kind of energy that's been waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I get to a city, it's been simmering. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the thought processes and all of the energy, the hair being done, nails being done, the right panties being put on, like, all that's been done for me, and that energy it's been pointed in my direction. Oh, Lord, help me, Holy Ghost.
Oh, man. Help that dude, man. No, he got you got to hug him. Tank, let me follow up on that, because it's been difficult for me dealing with that same thing, man. So how do you, like, what's your, what? What? What do you mean, Heather? I mean, my escape is fishing. You know, I can relate to what Tank is saying. Come on, man. Listen, Tank is here.
Listen, I believe you have, you know what I'm saying? I believe you have your share of issues, Sway. Like, you can't deny that. You Sway.
Come on, man.
You know there are women there right now in your DM, right now.
There's no woman in my DM, Tank. I'm not that the issue ain't that big for me, but thank you. I appreciate you putting me in that light.
I got you, dog.
Thank you, family. I appreciate you, man. Hey, Tank, from the moment we played this song, Can't Let It Show, man, it's actually a character on our show now. You know, like, we play it for any given thing, man. I don't care if somebody calls up and, you know, they just graduated. I'm playing Can't Let It Show. You know, if somebody's bought a new car, I'm playing Can't Let It Show. How successful has this song been for you?
You know what's crazy is that I'm not sure yet. Okay. And because the gauge for me, like, is the streets. You know what I'm saying? And so we're just now being able to get out into the streets. You know what I'm saying? To see what kind of effect this record is having. I mean, if we're just talking charts and, you know, talking about the work that's been done, you know, from our partners, the Atlantic Infrastructure and all of that, I mean, we're doing amazing. You know what I'm saying? But nothing tells you the truth like when you get on stage and you start singing that song and you can't sing it, they sing it for you. And so, you know, we'll see. My first show I just did in Houston, I just touched it a little bit. I started singing the hook, and they sang the whole hook. I said, okay, that's cheating because they already knew the hook. Okay, so now I got to get into who knows the body of the song, the part that's about me. So I don't know yet. I think it's gonna be crazy, but you know, it's just me wishing well.
Well, you know, you're doing a lot of promotion, shirtless promotion on your IG, so you definitely doing what it takes to make it. That's damn, man. My homie got me on Peloton. You got me on the Peloton, man. It's because of you, Tank. This is great. What's the story of the song? Can't Let It Show.
Oh, the story of the song. Yeah, man. So I got this hook. I'd heard the Maxwell's version was playing. I can't remember where it was playing, but it was playing, and I was like, man, if I could just borrow from that and create a new moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, because all the hip hop guys, they take all of these dope retro moments, be it R&B or whatever, from Hitmaker to whoever, and they make these songs, and they carry the essence of the original record into the new record. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the hook or the track or whatever. And I'm like, where's the R&B version of that? Like, why aren't we doing that? So I got this full concept, this full idea to use this hook, but I don't have the body of the song because I don't want to cover the song. You don't want to go after Maxwell. You want to leave him alone, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, how do I make this song my song? So cut to months, I can't figure it out. Top of quarantine, and me and my wife are arguing. Actually, we weren't arguing. She was telling me off. You know, it might have been an Instagram infraction, a minor infraction.
I mean, you know,
a slip of a like.
Possible. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We aren't perfect, and so she's telling me off, and she says, out of her mind, my wife is a crier. She cries about everything. Like, she'll just drop a tear for no reason. Like, the lemons are all gone. I'm like, what do you cry? Like, she'll cry, right? And so she's sitting there and she's fussing me out. She's like, and this is so stupid. I can't even believe you. Like, and you know I cry. I cry about anything. I can't even cry about this. This is how stupid it is. And you are so out of control. And as she's talking, like, you know how things go in slow motion, and it's like, I just see her pointing at me like, you don't respect me. And I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking, that's the song. The song is not me singing the hook. The song is her singing the hook. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be crying, but I can't stop thinking. All the things you should have said that you never said, all the things you should have done that you never did. I said, wow. And I was like, I have to speak from a woman's point of view in order to get what I need from the record. And then I was able to add just what was happening in my life to the verses and to the bridge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, cry so that I know you're feeling something. Cry. Because if it hurts, I know you still care. Cry. Because if you don't, then I know you're over it. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what was happening. Like, this is real life. And wow. And here we are.
Man, that was amazing, bro. You could tell a shit out of a story right there.
Listen,
Give it up for the Tank, man.
I was enthralled at every turn.
My gosh, man. I was rooting for you in there, even though I knew the end game. But, hey, man, real question. What was the Instagram infraction? What'd you do?
Man, sometimes it's following, you know. Sometimes it's liking. You know, just don't respond to the DM, okay? Don't send a heart. Don't send a smiley face. This is all entrapment, okay? All right? This is all entrapment, okay? They will send you nudes. They will send you, hey, big head. They'll send you all sorts of lustful, enticing things just to get a response out of you. And that reaction, my brothers, is the sinful act. Just reacting and acknowledging is wrong. And they will screenshot it. And they will make it to social media. And the rest is I can't let it show.
Yo, play the song, man. Listen, cheat day. Gosh. If you cheated, 888-742-3345. You are officially in a safe space. If you cheated on your spouse or your significant other, call us. Tank is here. And this song is your remedy.
Did you cross that line last night and now you're full of regret?
Didn't get home until the middle of the night.
It's time to tell us about your cheat day.
It is our cheat day.
Call us up right now at 888-SHADE-45 and share your story on Sway in the Morning.
Love! Should have brought your ass home last night.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing Cheat Day with a special guest, Tank. Tank, we want you to exercise, your talents, man, and you about to become the radio DJ today as well, man, and give these folks some advice and hear them out and hear their story. You all right with that, Tank?
I'm all right with that. I'm all right.
I can't wait for this.
By the way, Can't Let It Show is out now. Get the song, written and produced by Tank. He's got his 10th upcoming 10th studio album. I can't wait to hear it. Welcome to Cheat Day. We got Arielle on the line. Arielle, Grand Risings, Arielle.
Arielle!
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Yeah, we hanging. Say hi to Tank. Talk to Tank about it. Go ahead.
Hey, Tank, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Come on, talk to me. What's on your heart?
All right, so I normally don't, tell my business like that because it shouldn't be between anybody but me and the person I'm with. But I've been with my fiance now for 10 years. We, in the beginning, it was just really hard. We were trying to find out who we were. He was young. I'm 4 years older than him. And, it was just kind of hard. I wasn't getting a lot of attention from him. Like I said, he was trying to figure out how he was going to be the man that I wanted him to be and support me. We had a baby like a year and a half into our relationship. And, he just wasn't giving me what I needed. So I ended up stepping out on him. But it was with a woman. We had a whole relationship. It went on maybe like a year before he found out. And then he was going through looking like something through my phone for an email or something, and he ended up seeing some messages from her. He saw some pictures of us and stuff like that, and it was just a whole thing. He was very, very hurt about it just because, you know, I would have the audacity to do something like that. And, you know, it was hard to gain his trust back. So I ended up gaining it back. Maybe, you know, year 5, year 6, here we are doing great. Year 7, year 8, doing great. And then, you know, last year I kind of messed up again. With the same person, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't, we didn't have any contact or anything like that. It was more so, like you said, Instagram and social media will mess you up. So he saw some Snapchats, and obviously they delete themselves, but these didn't delete themselves, and, you know, it was just a whole thing. He was like, you know, what are you doing? And I'm just like, yo, I felt so bad. I felt dumb. This guy is amazing. Like, out of these 10 years, he has been solid. Never cheated on me, never put his hands on me, never lied to me. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to show the selfishness of people. I'm in an industry where, you know, it's like everybody and anybody can get on you and want you for any particular reason. And I gave in to that. You know what I'm saying? I gave in to the hype. And it wasn't worth it because I ended up hurting 2 people in the process. I just felt really, really bad. But we're getting married in September. And every day, you know, leading up until I think about him, I just can't help but smile because he's just such an amazing man, like amazing. So, yeah.
Well, I've a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you accepting of the fact that you're bisexual?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's never been a question whether I, you know, who I liked or what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't discriminate when it comes to something like that. But the fact that
it seems it just seems like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It just seems like
go ahead.
It seems like your desire to tap in to that bisexuality, meaning the same sex, another woman, you know, it kind of lurks, and you know, where you think you have it subdued or, you know, you have it under control, it creeps back up, you know, into your desire. And so the bigger question is, how are you going to keep that thing that you know you are, that thing that you know you desire, that part of you at bay when the next, 3-4 years comes around and that thirst starts to build? How do you know you're going to be able to do that? And are you able to say to him, you know, moving forward into this marriage where everything should be open and honest and straightforward, hey, listen, you know, there's something that I desire in a woman that obviously no man can give me. And there's a chance that I may fall short in that space. Or are you promising that you're never going to go back there at all?
I am promising that I'm never going to go back there. Marriage is like a very, very serious thing to me. My parents aren't together. That was something growing up that I really, really wanted my children to have. Like I said, we only have one child together. But, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know if he has that trust in me, but I trust myself. I've been praying to God, just kind of give me the insight to be strong in the marriage and to be strong in this relationship for the next coming months. You know, just trying to be a good mate and knowing what it takes to be a good mate just because I've messed up, and I don't want him to feel that way ever again. It crushed me. It crushed me. It really did. It did something to me, and I just want to prove that I am the woman that he needs. Regardless of how I'm feeling about somebody else, he's the person I chose to marry. You know what I mean? So,
okay. Well, I definitely, you know, pray for a successful marriage. You know, pray for your strength in their marriage. I just want to make sure you know that marriage is not the cure. You understand what I'm saying? Like, marriage is an extension of what and where you already are. You know what I mean? It's a great ceremony. You know, the promises that you make in that place, you've somewhat kind of already made those promises. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now you're adding a person to it, and it seems all flowery and giddy, and then the honeymoon phase and all of these cool things. But once all of that dies down, it's not that much going to change. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I do.
As I pray for your strength, I want you to make sure that you are honest with yourself before you can be honest with him. Be honest with yourself. Am I good? I do not need to be with a woman for the rest of my life. I am fine. That is out of my system. Okay?
Yeah.
Or you'll be singing this song right here, Arielle.
We gonna play it.
You'll be singing this song right here, and you'll be saying this first line, the most powerful first line ever written. Listen to this. Hold up.
How did I lose you? How did I blow?
Real up. Oh my gosh. Arielle, we wishing you the best, okay? Be the best you in this. You a citizen. Tank!
Wait a minute.
Come on. Thank you, Tank. I think we got another job for you, brother. Come on.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay, hold up. Let me see. This is the training process. We got Lowe on the line. Lowe is in Michigan. Welcome to Cheat Day, Lowe.
What up, Lowe?
Thank you. What up?
Talk to Tank.
All right, think of what happened. Years ago, I was with my wife, just started getting married. I cheated on her for about a year straight before I told her. Finally told her.
What?
Yeah, finally told her. We broke it up. Little time go past. We get back together, right? Year go by, we together. She cheats on me with this cat. I had to find out on my own. I was like, damn. Found out, so we broke up, right? After we broke up, we got back together again. Man, I tell you, we've been married for 20 years now, and ain't broke up, ain't had no problems since that. And sometimes you just gotta, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of how we played. It was like, I did it first, she did it, we made it even, and since then, it's been like happy trails, man. It's been 20 years straight.
Listen, I applaud you, my brother. There's a saying in martial arts, you never truly know a person until you fight them. And
ain't that the truth?
y'all had a real knockout, drag out bout. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Them punches was going back and forth, and you were able to recover from them. You were able to get up. You were both able to finish the fight. You both came out champions, and I'm proud of you for being a forgiving and responsible man. Proud of you.
Man, thank you, man. That was like the hardest part for both of us is the forgiveness and to get past it, you know?
There it is, man.
Yeah, listen. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I love that line.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hey, Sway.
Yeah, yes,
I want you to know, I when I was younger, I hated you, man. I hated you on TV.
What?
And the problem was...
Wait, hold up, Tank. I got this, Tank. Go ahead, Lowe. What happened?
I couldn't stop watching. I don't know what it was, but something about you I couldn't stand. I couldn't stop watching you. I got older, right? And I started watching and started listening. See, I think I was watching and not listening. So I started watching and listening, and I was like, damn, this motherfucker know what he's talking about. So I got Sirius XM, and I ain't stopped Sirius XM since.
It's over, Lowe. It's over, Lowe. It's all right. It's over, Lowe. That was too powerful. Lowe, you had too much emotion over me winning, man. Stop, man. Now, real up. I ain't gonna do that to
you, Lowe. I swear, man, that's the truth, man. I don't know what it was, but something had me where I couldn't take it, and then I got older, started listening, started opening my ears to what you were saying, man. I just moved forward, man. Powerful times, man. Powerful times.
Sometimes the light blinds you before it guides you, yo.
Ain't that
That's what happened.
You know, there's a saying in martial arts, Lowe. Hey, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate your honesty, man. I you know, the same energy it takes to hate somebody, you could use to love somebody. I'm glad we found our alignment, Lowe. Hey, but check it out, man. I love you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm glad we grew together, Lowe, and you a citizen, man. You a citizen.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Tank, you can hear some crazy shit from people sometimes, right?
Yeah, I didn't know where that was going. Man, I hated you. I hate you now. I was sitting out in front of your house one day and, saw you getting a Starbucks coffee. I had a knife with me. I didn't know where that was going. I was glad you were okay, Sway. I'm glad you were okay, Sway.
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Listen, that's cheat day, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
That's the cheat day for
what
this
a finale.
week. Had to hit him with the Can't Let It show, man. That shit he was saying was, crazy. I didn't want to bring tears to my eyes. Tank, you're an amazing, talented individual, brother. I love the foundation you stand on. I've seen the adversity. I watched the work, and you making sure R&B music is on a pedestal. Continue with that. Continue with that, man. Congratulations on everything. I want everyone too. If you're at home tomorrow or whenever you get a chance, make sure you watch this movie Lust, a 7 Deadly Sins story tomorrow night, 8 p.m. at Lifetime. Lowe, make sure you watch the movie tomorrow, Lowe. Tank, you want to say anything in closing, brother?
Watch the movie, sing the song, I'm a Citizen, stay locked in.
There it is, man. Y'all hit up Tank, man. Imani, hold on. Imani, you there? Okay, she hung up. Nick in Ontario, Imani, hit Tank up on his social, The Real Tank, and he'll answer your cheat day questions. All right, Tank, man, it's good to have you on the show. Can't wait to see you in person, brother.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, brother. Love y'all, man. Y'all are so
love you too, Tank.
Man.
Every
Appreciate
time.
You guys.
Thank you, man. That's my man Tank, man. I can't believe we finally got him back on the show, man. we got to ask Mike Muse up next. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345.